Hi, my name is Olivia and this is my 1993 Mazda Miata LE.
So who got you into cars?
My dad did. Before I was born, he had a bunch of different cars, including a Miata. And then we lived in Minnesota, and when we moved to Texas, he started getting me into cars. And then he bought a 1965 Ford F-100, and we rebuilt the engine on that once fully and taken it out multiple times. And then I slowly got into cars by watching edits of cars and stuff. And then I got into photography. And then my love for cars has just gone out from there because I went to Cars and Coffee once.
So tell me about your car and why you got it.
So this is Yada, and she's fully stock pretty much. But I don't know, I love Miatas. And it's really fun, and it really feels like you're actually connected because before I've had to drive my mom's car, which is a 2023, and so it doesn't feel like you're actually driving your car. It feels like you're just pressing the gas and turning, but in this it feels like you're actually connected to what you're doing. So you have the clutch and you have to be more interactive with what you're doing. And obviously I love the pop-ups, and it's a limited edition, so I have the red interior, and it has chrome pieces on whenever you open the door, that little piece, and it has chrome on the speakers, and then it has the BBS ramps. And it's just cute, and it's fun, and I'm learning manual on it, so I think it's a good car to learn on. I don't know, it's easy, and it has 116 horsepower, so it's not hard. I'm winning every single race. Every single race.
So, who inspired you to get your car? I know you said your dad had one, but is there a certain person?
So my dad, obviously, he tried to put me into Miatas, and at first I didn't like them. I thought they looked stupid. I know. I thought they did, and then I realized that they're actually awesome. And so then I wanted one, and my mom continued to tell me no, because it's a two-seater and I'm gonna die in it, according to her. And we don't talk about how the airbag doesn't work. And so it's just, oh yeah, and then Instagram and all that also showed me cars and Miatas. And also Haley, shout out to Haley, my goat. She was the first Miata I saw in person at Cars and Coffee, and I just love her car so much. And then I guess Savion's car.
So, you got any mods you want to do to this?
So it's pretty much fully stock except for that roll bar. So I'm gonna get LED headlights and then smoke side reflectors right here, and then running lights.
Turn signals?
That too. Yeah, those, I'm gonna get them not stock. And then the tail lights, stop laughing at me. The tail lights, and then new soft top because I have little holes in it. I want to get new rims because, I don't know. And then I want to wrap it eventually. I want to do black with red, because the interior is red, so when the sun hits it, it'll look red. And you get the dents out of it first. And then just little things, nothing too big necessarily. The expensive things are the top, the rims, and the wrap.
You don't want to put a turbo or nothing?
Maybe when I have another car. But I want a Corvette or a Mustang next. Okay, whatever. So, I don't know. We'll see. But I also want a bike. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I want to move to Dallas. I don't know if I want to drive this thing every day in Dallas because it's so tiny. But at the same time, it's also a pro. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. I do know I want to keep this thing because it's awesome. It's amazing.
So,
new speakers, new sound system. I forgot about that. Okay.
So, you're a big car person, bike person, obviously. What's the fastest car you've ever ridden in?
Have I don't even know any fast cars I've ridden in. We had a Cadillac. It's a CTS Sport. It literally, it was fast, but not like fast, you know. I don't think I've really ever been in fast cars. This thing makes you feel like you're going fast because you're so low. I really have not been in any fast cars. Like, not even a Mustang. I've sat in a C4 Corvette, but it was slow because it was a slow engine. We never got to drive it because it was misfiring. We found out it was misfiring. But that's it. Nothing.
So back to the photography part of this. What's been the most memorable photo shoot you've been to or had?
Memorable? Well, definitely with pictures. Okay, never mind. That was my first photo shoot, and I was super nervous. But it was a lot of fun, and honestly, now I'm less scared to actually talk to people, because I figured out they're actually all cool. So that was a lot of fun. I've only been to like 4 photo shoots. I did pictures, Nico, the one we did together. Oh my gosh.
The S14?
Yeah, S14. And then there's another one, right?
Probably.
I don't know. There's another one. I think it's a bike.
Oh yeah, the map one. You did it with the 350Z?
Oh yeah. Squid Jigsaw, slow 750 and that. That was my first like bigger shoot because I thought it was gonna be one bike and then we changed it to 2 bikes in a car. So that was kind of scary because it was my first car I've actually instructed by myself. I have a few more bike photo shoots coming up, hopefully, and a car one. Hope.
So where's the love for bikes come from? Anybody in your family have a bike? No, maybe?
Harleys, but I'm not a Harley person. I always thought they were cool. And then I went to Cars and Coffee and I saw some like really cool bikes. And then whenever I find out I kind of like something, I go on like an hour-long Google session to figure out everything I possibly can about bikes. So then I figured out like they're really awesome. And then my mom, she's in the same building as a guy with the Kawasaki 1000 SX, I think. And so I got to sit on his bike. And then I went to Cars and Coffee. I got to rev an R1. And they're pretty awesome, I think.
What's your dream bike?
Dream bike?
Dream.
Probably R1.
R1?
R1, best starter bike.
In a car's perspective, what's your dream car?
This was one of my dream cars, honestly. I do love C5s and C7s and the new 2025 ZR1. I'm a Corvette person. Mustangs, kind of picky on them. They have to be V8 manual. That's the only way to go Mustang-wise. I'm not a huge like new car person necessarily. I used to be, and then old cars are kind of cooler. I do like Porsches though because they try to keep the driver still connected to the actual car. Unlike most brands, they just let the car do most of the driving. So I like 911 GT3 RSs. I'm not like one of those people that loves them with their whole heart though. I do like Audi R8s. Those things are awesome.
The best car right now. So, you're a part of my group, the West Texas Film Crew. What got you into photography?
I've always liked taking pictures, and I took photography 1 last year at school, and it was a lot of fun, and it felt like an outlet almost. And then I found out about Cars and Coffee, just combined cars and photography. And so I had something like specifically to photograph. And so then I like go to almost everything. It gives me a reason to go out of the house. And so I take pictures and then I edit them and I post them.
If you got the chance to do any other type of photography, would you?
Probably only street photography. I feel like with like wedding photography and sports photography, I feel like I would miss the shot, and I would hate that feeling so much because I feel like I missed the shot with like burnouts even in car shows, and I'm not happy about it. So I don't know. I feel like I have a more like controlled option of like getting the shot, and it's more likely to get the shot.
So, what's your favorite feature about your car?
Pop-ups.
Yay!
I like that it's a manual too. It's fun. I'm not the best manual driver, but I'm like brand new to it. I think I've had this thing a little over a month. I got it Black Friday, so whenever that was. But it's just, and I love convertible. I love the soft top. It's fun. I don't like that whenever it's up you can't see in your blind spot, but other than that, it's okay. And it feels like you're connected to the road. That's another thing. It really does feel like you're connected. Like, I don't know. My mom's car, you don't have to turn it in. And then this thing, it didn't have power steering at first. When it got the power steering fixed, my dad was telling me to like steer it. I'm like, well, it still feels tight. And then I remembered that like, this is a 1993, not a 2023. So there's a big difference there. But I really like how you feel connected.
That's good. That's good. Thinking of a good question. So when in search for a car, I remember you telling us you saw you were going to go look at two Miatas. Why didn't you pick the other one?
So the other one, it was someone else bought it before us. My parents both they liked it better. The soft top was in worse condition, but it wasn't fully stock. My mom says it's souped up, which her souped up and my souped up are completely different. So it had mods to it. I don't know what. I wasn't there. I was doing a photo shoot. But my dad liked that one better. He said the clutch was better than this one. So that one definitely wasn't stock. But the only thing majorly wrong with it was the soft top. But it was also red, and I kind of like the black better. I like the red interior, and I like the reds on this thing. And then we also looked at a Corvette C4. We went it was dark out when we went. We originally went, oh my gosh. We originally went for a BMW, but they advertised it as something different than what it was. So it was an automatic, and we were fine with what they advertised it as, but whenever we got there, it was something different, and we wanted that in manual, if that makes sense. So then we started looking around, and I saw a C4, and I was like, ooh, I like that car. So then my parents were talking to them, and I just threw out, how much is that C4? And they said, they said like 6,500, 7,000, something like that. And we could talk them down. They said they were negotiable. And so we went and looked at it, and it needed a new paint job. The engine would cut out, like it would just randomly shut off. And we're like, probably something somewhat small, we can probably fix it. And then we went back in the daytime, and the T-top was cracked. That was like $1,000, so it's glass, and it's Corvette, so it's expensive. So that would be $1,000, and then we were sitting there, and it was idling right, so it would like get a burst, and then it would just like kind of die out. And my dad said it was misfiring, so it was kind of doing like a vibrating thing almost. And I don't know what misfiring feels like, but that's what my dad said, it's misfiring. So it would have been a great project car. I really want it, but I would need a car to drive in the meantime. It's not my mom's car, so we went back. He originally had this listed for $7,000, and then he dropped it to $5,000, and then we knocked off another $500. So we got it for $4,500. And So once he dropped off that 2000, we were like, yeah, we want this one.
You got lucky. Because when I was in search for a Miata, I was about to buy that.
Actually?
Actually.
That's crazy.
But
In
then I
Plainview?
got lucky. Huh?
In Plainview?
So, what's your favorite memory with the Miata?
With this car?
That car.
I don't know. I had it like for a month.
Well, what's your first memory then?
My first memory? Oh, so it was the first meal I've ever ridden. So we went to test drive it, and my dad's driving it. And he drives it like a race car driver. So he's like, we're in a neighborhood. He's like in third gear, foot on the gas around turns. And so I'm just sitting here dying. Like I'm like freaking out because then they had the drainage, because, you know, so there's the drainage, so we're also like bouncing. It was terrifying, but I got to press the pop-up button, so that made me happy. The first time I drove it though, I was at the Friendship Stadium, and I was with my mom, and I actually did not kill it. I almost did multiple times. I've killed it like 3 times. Both in a parking lot, because it was uphill in a parking lot. So I was driving, and it was funny. I was turning, and my mom's like, "Don't hit the light pole," because I figured out that they're fun to turn. And so I just had my foot on there's no one in the parking lot, so it's fine. So I have my foot on the gas, and I'm just like turning, and my mom's freaking out. It was funny. And then I tried to put it in third, and the only other vehicle I've driven is my dad's truck. And you know, the gears are really, really far apart in that thing. This thing they're very much not. So I went from first to second to fifth, not third. And so then I'm like, why is it doing this? So I just pressed on the clutch and the brake. My mom goes, I think you went in fifth. And so then I sat there in the parking lot for second, third, fourth, fifth. And then first time I drove on the main road, that was terrifying. My mom and I were driving through the neighborhood looking at Christmas lights, and then all of a sudden I didn't make a turn that I was supposed to make, so I was in the neighborhood. Right there was Upland. I'm like, oh gosh. So my mom made me turn on Uplands, and then I turned left, and I was on 82nd. And that was hard when I was getting on Upland, because it was like a drainage point, so you had water sitting on the side I was supposed to be on. So I went around it. Then I was on a hill, so I had to start on a hill. It was not fun, but I did it.
What was your first memory in the car community?
The first Cars and Coffee I went to at Cook's, which was the August one. It was just fun. I got to see cool cars. And then the second Cars and Coffee at Cook's I went to, got to ride an R1. And I think I took pictures of that one. Did I? Yeah, I did. I remember that one. It was like the first time I actually talked to people at meets. So I took pictures of that one, and then I don't know, it's fun. And then just seeing the cool cars, and there's some cool people. Once you start conversations, it just, like, if you start a conversation with anyone, they're just willing to talk to you, which is nice. Except for Sigma.
I talked to you.
I guess. Anyway, I think that's it.
You got any words of wisdom to the people trying to join the car community?
Just don't be stupid, and don't start more drama, because we don't need it. We don't need drama. I try to stay out of it. I try my best. But, yeah, just don't be dumb. That's pretty much it. And be respectful of everyone's builds and what they're doing to their car. That's all.
You got any words or anything to say about Lubbock's car community?
Not really. There's some cool people, but there's also some people that aren't so cool. You just kind of gotta find your people, to be honest, and hang out with them. Don't try to fit in with other people, because once you try to fit in, then you're like.
Do you have any words to the family who lost a bike resident?
Ride safe for bikers and just drive safe for everyone in general.
Well, thank you, Olivia, for coming out,
Yep.
sharing your story with us. Anything before we go?
No.